The following presentation is dedicated to my daughter Chelsea Gaucher. May you rest in peace, my dear, and I can't wait to see you again. Hi there, I am Trucker Ray, and welcome to this very special edition of Life on the Road with Yeshua and Trucker Ray as we celebrate 10 years on YouTube. For the last 10 years, I've been sharing with you all my experiences out on the highways of North America, the good times, the bad times, the sad times, and well, you know, it's been a long time, and a lot of you have been here from the beginning, and a lot of you have been waiting for this special. I've been working on this all year long. And finally, it's done. So we have a little over 3 hours to go. I hope you're ready, so let's get started.
Congratulations, 10 years over. I love you.
Come to the river, oh, lay yourself down. I wanna live like there's no tomorrow, like I'm on borrowed time. It's good to be alive. Yeah.
How you doing, folks? It's Ray with you once again. Welcome to my channel if this is the first time you're visiting. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'd like to say hello to all my faithful YouTubers out there. And if you've been here before, you know the routine. The channel is called Life on the Road with Yeshua. I share my experiences driving the highways of Canada all year round. And I love to share what the Lord Yeshua is doing in my life. The thing that, as you're cranking it to get the landing gear up, one of them is going up, but the bar that goes across to grab the other landing gear was stripped. Alright, so we're just about ready to make our way out of here. We have to stop. I may have to deliver this load. As you seen yesterday, I ended up in the snow trying to get through Lake Louise and Banff. Just unbelievable.
I could have made my way there. I've still got another hour. All those reserve spots could already be taken.
So, that's kind of what's going on. On a reset, yesterday it was really cold out here. It was minus 25, minus 30 with the wind chill. When you weigh your load, they will leave the scale ticket with you so you can see what the weights are. I'm guessing this person did not. Bless you all in the name of Yeshua. Until next time, bye for now. Bye for now? Wait a minute, it's just beginning.
Hey Ray, Anchor Dave from Arizona. Saying congratulations on 10 years on the road, 10 years making videos, and here's to another 10 plus. Stay safe.
Now guys, let's start off with our very first intro. Man, is it ever boring, but it's still my first. Hey gang, how you doing? It's Ray, welcome to my YouTube channel. Glad to have you here. I just want to first tell you a little bit about the channel and what I hope to do with it. To make a long story short, I pursued my Class 1, Class A tractor trailer license because I've always enjoyed driving, I've always enjoyed traveling. I've been an excellent driver, never had an accident. So I figured I might as well do something where my strength is. And I also wanted to do this because it would give me an opportunity to spend time alone with the Lord as much as I can. So the whole purpose of this channel is for me to share with you what I am experiencing out here on the road. You'll see some beautiful footage of the landscape that I travel to. And living on the road as a trucker is so different. It's actually very serene. It's very, in a way, romantic.
Well, I was pretty clean shaven back then. That's when I used a real razor. Now I'm lazy now.
So anyway, I'm going to give you a brief tour. I'm going to turn some lighting on in here. Okay. So here is basically the cab of the truck. I've got my CB there. I've got my VHF radio up here. That's what most of the truckers use now, the VHF. Got two GPSs. One keeps track of my logs. The other one tells me where I'm going. The other one there, the first one I bought is a Cobra. If you're a trucker, I do not recommend you get that because it's terrible. The customer service is also terrible. How you doing, gang? It's Ray with you again. The YouTube channel you're visiting, On the Road with Yeshua. Currently, right now, I am in Calgary waiting for a load. Apparently, it won't be ready until 9:30 p.m., so I've got 2 hours. You're probably wondering, you know, when I first started this job, my neck was sore because I was constantly doing this. Because you're supposed to look in your mirrors, they say every 5 to 7 seconds. But now it's a habit. I just do it automatically. I don't even know I'm doing it.
You have to admit the video quality was on and off, not that good. I used a laptop at one point in time, and but I used to do a lot of time lapses, and I enjoyed doing that. But yeah, I guess you could say we started right at the bottom. The one time lapse I did from Vancouver to Calgary, it always stands out as one of my favorite. Not the greatest quality, but it's always been one of my favorites. Probably because of the music, and it was my real first trip to Calgary using a camera like that as a time lapse. And long and behold, yes, I ended up with my very first breakdown, which took place, I don't know what happened, but something started grinding really bad in Golden, and before I know it, I was broken down in Banff National Park, Lake Louise area.
Currently, I am sitting in Lake Louise, Alberta. I was on my way to Calgary until I started feeling these really nasty clunks coming from underneath the truck. I'm guessing it's the transmission because when I was in gear, it was going clunk, even while I was driving.
A bit of an update. Last time I talked to you, I was broken down in Lake Louise, waiting for a tow truck, and they towed us to Calgary. The truck ended up in the shop. And it turns out that the problem was some metal fragments in the differential. Not sure how that happened, but the mechanic did tell me, he says, it's a good thing you stopped when you did because the damage would have been much worse.
So I would say that was my very first breakdown. Mechanically. Emotionally, I was okay. So I've been recording a lot of my shooting on the road with an actual webcam that you use at home, and then I decided to invest in a dash cam, and that's when the quality started to get better.
I have the cam, and the lighting isn't very good here. I have the cam sitting here, suctioned right to the middle of the dash, and yeah, I've got the cord hanging down here, and the reason why I have it like that is so I can pull it out of here as quick as I have to.
Hi everyone, it's Ray back with you once again with another update. Right now we're on our way, actually we're in Macleese Lake in British Columbia, on our way to Prince George. Now one of my favorite routes was always Vancouver to Prince George, and my very first trip up that way was in the fall where all the leaves were changing colors. I'll never forget how beautiful that was. I just wanted to share with you my very first experience in the snow. It wasn't too bad today. And then, of course, it was inevitable, my very first winter as a truck driver.
It was a little bit challenging. Was I nervous? Yes, I was. But I still enjoyed the view. It was beautiful.
I didn't, but unless we get a call, it won't be doing us any good.
There's one trip that I'll never forget. Back in 2012, I made my first trip from Vancouver to Edmonton in the wintertime. And it was scary because I was hitting bumps and the truck was shaking all over the place, and I just thought the roads were bad. I've never been on that road before on the Yellowhead like that. I mean, here's Highway 16 that goes from Jasper National Park all the way to Edmonton, and I just thought the roads were bad. Well, that wasn't the case at all. The driver that was driving with me in front, he was telling me that was ice missing out of the road. It was literally a sheet of ice the whole way.
Patrick's in front of me there.
All right, so why don't we finalize the year 2012 with a trip that I made from Vancouver to Calgary with my buddy Patrick, and he was driving ahead of me in a Challenger truck. And the reason why this particular scene stands out for me, I started to experiment with music behind my videos. More montages, and I started to really increase my editing skills. Not the greatest, but this is where I kind of break out. Welcome back, and now we look at 2013, and this would prove to be a year that would have some very fond memories, taking a trip with a very good friend of mine, and also some very bad memories, and making some really silly decisions that would probably cost me a lot of YouTubers. But it happened, and well, let's have a look.
Hello friends of Trucker Ray and Yeshua, this is Ned Kelly here, talking to you all the way from Venice in Italy. I'd just like to say that Ray has been an inspiration to me doing my videos, and that his continued success on YouTube is very important. Congratulations Ray on 10 years, and here's to another 10. Take care guys.
You see that little puppet he's got in his window? That guy's crazy.
Look at this sun. Woohoo! Well, this has been a really good trip. Better than a bad trip, baby.
Once I had it, now a vice. Nothing comes without its price. At the end of the line, end of the line, end of the
Hi everyone, good morning. Blessings in the name of Yeshua. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're visiting, well, we're going to be driving to Calgary, and that's normally our route, BC, Alberta. Just going to get some fuel.
Now, 2013 did do some improvement for my video quality. I acquired a little camera, a little HD camera, and I started experimenting with different angles, taking shots of outside the truck and fueling up, and also having it sitting on a tripod right inside my cab, which was funny because it looked like there was a spider web right across the tripod that I had. It was very medieval. I kind of laugh now when I see how I did things back then, but you know, it was effective at the time.
No, I never realized something, how expensive it is to fuel these trucks. I don't know how the owner-operators do it, to be honest with you, but then again, they get paid a whole lot more, specifically because they got to do their own fueling. Well, we decided to take the Coquihalla Highway anyhow because we talked to one guy at the Flying J. He said it was really bad coming down, really slippery, black ice, the whole 9 yards, and I looked at the cams, and it takes about 40, maybe not quite 40 minutes, but Snow Shed to Chilliwack, it's about a half an hour, and things change really fast there.
I was doing a lot of Best Buy and Future Shop deliveries with Challenger, and some of those times were incredibly stressful because I was learning how to back a 53-foot trailer into a spot that normally it would be meant for a 5-ton truck.
All right, we're done with that location, and we're now heading to Red Deer. I was going to say something, I can't remember what it was. Typical. And I couldn't have showed up here at a better time because the traffic in here is just getting horrendous.
But I also learned very, very quickly on how to drive a truck. That was the best training I could have ever had on driving a truck with a trailer and backing up a trailer.
Well, as you can see, it's snowing pretty good out here in Calgary. I'm at my second last stop. Just driving to my stops, I have like 8 stops in total on all of these, and I've got one left after this, and it's just a sloppy mess out there.
In 2012, I was adding secular music to my videos. I felt it really made the difference when you're cruising down the road and you're seeing the scenery. But in 2013, I wanted to change things up and start adding music in there that was going to worship God. And it really changed things. It really did.
If you could soldier on, headstrong into the storm, I'll be here waiting on your other side. Don't look back, the road is long.
And I'm so grateful I made that decision because throughout the years, as you guys will see, it changed a lot of lives.
'Cause if you never leave home, never let go, you'll never make it to the great unknown till you keep your eyes open, my love. So tell me you're strong, tell me you see. I need to hear it, can you promise me to keep your eyes open, my love?
Now you remember the little HD camera that I had purchased? Well, I bought that camera so I could really improve the quality of my videos. And to go a bit further and be more creative, I bought this really heavy-duty suction mount, stuck it to the side of the outside of my truck, mounted the camera to it, and faced it backwards so people could see the trailer as I made my way through Kicking Horse Canyon. That was fun. At that point in time, I would do anything to make my videos even more exciting to watch.
Hi gang, my name's Jason. I'm a LTL city driver here in Buffalo, New York. When I'm not peddling freight with FedEx, you'll be sure to find me at home watching the latest episode of Life on the Road with Yeshua and Trucker Ray. Ray, congratulations on 10 years. We wish you all the best moving forward. God bless you and stay safe.
Oh yes, here's another intro. I was always experimenting with a new intro.
You say come to the river. Oh, lay yourself down. Let your heart be found. You say come to the river. Drink from the cup I pour. There's no more.
Now, one of my fondest memories of 2013, and probably out of the 10 years I've been driving, would have to be in the top 5, and that is when I went on a trip with my good buddy Scott Lucuye. Because Scott has always been a dear friend of mine. We've known each other for years. We went to broadcasting school together. So 2 of us in a truck clowning around for a road trip, you had to be there.
Hi everyone, it's Ray Gosha with you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're visiting, Life on the Road with Yeshua, where I share my experiences on the road as a rookie trucker and what the Lord Yeshua does in my life. And I know I say this often because I got it memorized now. With me on this trip is my buddy Scott Lucuye. He's going to be traveling along with me, and my personal butler, more or less.
Hi everyone, I am the butler, apparently. This is my job, I get to hold the log.
I need the log.
Oh, he needs the log. You know, Ray, I think that this is going to be the first time when I think about it that I'll have gone any further than hope on the Trans-Canada since about, I'm guessing here a little bit, but about 1997. Looking forward to tomorrow, and I am definitely interested in seeing this video when you're done.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun.
I'm expecting a coffee. One thing I noticed is I would say this truck is, well designed if you've got only one person in it. Despite the fact that it has 2 seats and 2 beds, it's really not built for 2 people.
No. Well, we made it to Golden. And the nice thing about it is that out of all the weather that you've seen us go through today, as soon as we got into BC, actually Lake Louise and Banff, we started seeing blue sky, and it was just a beautiful ride.
I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm at home. It's kind of a strange feeling. I've never been a professional driver, never really been out on the road like that, but I enjoy being on the road. So.
Yeah, I mean, especially with all the different weather that we went through. I mean, heading back from Lethbridge, I was really actually hoping.
Well, what kind of boring trip would it have been if it had been sunny the whole time?
Yeah.
There, we get a veritable potpourri, a cornucopia of weather, a little sampling of everything. It's like going into a restaurant and ordering the sampler plate, so you can get a little bit of everything.
Man, that guy's got a lot of hot air.
Hey Ray, just wanted to say congratulations on 10 years on your YouTube channel. And it's been growing the entire time. I mean, that's phenomenal. And I'm just proud to consider you a friend of mine. I'm really glad for this for you, and looking forward to seeing what you put out in June to celebrate this, because you've got a lot of highlights in there, man. And one of which, I remember when I went on a trip with you, and we did, what was it, Calgary and Lethbridge back to BC. And we took our shofars with us and we were blowing horns in the valley. That was amazing. But you also brought that old GPS of yours, which did not work very well and didn't show roads much, at least until you ran over it with your truck.
Well, as you all know, that I've been having some serious issues with this Cobra GPS. Currently, right now, it says we're traveling at 52 kilometers an hour. And as you can see, it looks like it's now got some kind of, it almost looks like an Egyptian language now, which I never asked for. It's frozen. It doesn't tell me where I want to go. It always sends me down the wrong route. And I think it's frozen on us in the last 24 hours 7 times.
7 times.
So I just wanted to let Cobra know how much I enjoy this GPS. And there's only one real use for it, and that would be a wheel chock. And we're going to test out that theory right now.
And then it had cracks all over the place, and it's a classic comment to me. I've always remembered it. When you pick that thing up, and it's like, oh look, it's got lots of roads now.
That's a definite improvement. Look at all the streets that are on it now. Oh yeah, this is much better.
But from good times and bad, through all of them, we've been friends through it all, going back to 1992, and it's been an amazing ride. And I'm just glad that I had the chance to get to know you, to get to know your family, and to just be a part of all of this now. So congratulations again, and I just pray that our Heavenly Father would use you and use your channel to spread the gospel, to spread the word, to share love when there's so much nastiness going around right now, and to bring people, introduce them to Yeshua and bring them back to Yeshua, as that is our path of salvation. So blessings to you, blessings to your channel, and congratulations again.
Man, that guy's got a lot of hot air.
In the desert of my dreams, I saw you there.
Now, June 2013 would prove to be a month that I would like to forget. I had met somebody online, and it was a major mistake. It affected me for years, and it still actually does affect me. And I also made some really dumb decisions to come off the highway because of this individual. And I would like to probably rather forget about those times, but it's part of my history, and this is why we're talking about it. I'm sorry, guys. I probably lost a lot of YouTubers during that time I came off the road. Wasn't off the road for very long. It was long enough, though, and again, it was a really dumb, foolish decision, and I regret it still to this day.
Hi everyone, it's Ray Gaucher with you once again. Yes, this is not like the regular video that I take. I'm actually recording this from my laptop because my camera equipment is in my other truck. So some other news for you too that I wanted to let you know about, and that is they have, should I say dispatch, or my job has offered me a job in this city to drive Vancouver, the Vancouver area, where I would bring trailers to the yard from different various places in Vancouver, Burnaby, Surrey, etc., and Coquitlam. And I took it. I grabbed it. Reason being is it gives me an opportunity to be home every night, and who's not going to jump at that?
Yeah, coming off the road for somebody who didn't really love you.
I am in Richmond right now at the Richmond airport, waiting for a load. It's supposed to be scheduled to be ready by 11, and it's 7:30 now. I got a long way to wait, and the sad thing is there's no sleeper in this truck, so I can't even lay down and have a nap, and I really could use a sleep right now. So if I'm gonna sleep, it's like I get to do this, which I may end up doing. So just thought I'd let you know how things were going. City work it's okay.
It's a lot of waiting, lots of waiting. It's nice to be able to go home at night. That's one thing I do appreciate.
No, it wasn't worth coming off the highway for, that's for sure.
So until my next video, God bless all of you in the name of Yeshua, and bye for now.
Hi there, I hope you're enjoying this presentation of me celebrating 10 years of life on the road and my YouTube videos, Life on the Road with Yeshua. I wanted to give credit where credit is due to Celia. She's a very, very lovely lady that has taken the time to make all these amazing graphics with the really historic retro trucks and everything. Thank you, Celia, for the work that you've done to make this special amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome back, everyone. Yes, now we are in the year 2014. And again, this was a year I probably would rather forget. I made some really silly changes, as I mentioned on the previous year. I mean, it was a learning experience, and I guess I had to go through that to realize how much I really did love trucking and life on the road. So why don't we have a look at 2014, as brief as it is.
Hey, Trucker Ray, congratulations on your 10 years of YouTubing. Congrats, and God bless you. From Angela from Australia.
If you recall, on the last segment, I decided to work in the city for Challenger, but the shift was a bit ridiculous. It was from 12 noon to midnight, and I really didn't have a life. I didn't even have time to even visit this new girlfriend that I had, let alone really go home. It was a day cab, and I really started to hate it. These were very, very long hours, and it just was monotonous.
So, regarding my highway driving, which I'm sure a lot of you are wondering. For the meantime, right now, I'm holding off on it until the end of December because there's some things at home that need to be dealt with and taken care of. And I don't want to rush off to it right now. And things are a bit slow right now on the highway for the company. So I don't really want to rush into something where I'm going to be hurting financially. So I'm kind of just seeing how things go right now.
And I decided maybe I should be looking into something else. I was thinking ahead. We were getting very serious. We're even thinking about looking at rings. This relationship, I thought, was for sure that we were going to get married. And I decided I need to find a job that has good benefits, a solid job, so I had something really good to support me and my girl. And, well, that was another bad mistake because I really did hate it.
Hi everyone, it's Ray Gaucher with you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're visiting, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Yeah, usually I share my experiences on the road as a trucker, but lately I've been a bit busy. This company has treated me really good, and I think I've provided a good service for them. However, it's time to move on to something a little bigger and better. And the reason why is I'm looking for a company that's going to provide me a little bit more of a future. Maybe a little bit more pay, which would be nice. Maybe a lot of pay. Maybe a company with a retirement plan, RSPs, all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking about my future, and I guess some truckers, might be content with this, but I'd like to find something that's going to provide a little bit more stability for my future.
So I went to go work for a garbage company that offered all of these things: benefits, better pay. The labor was incredibly intensive, and deep down in my heart, I missed the highway. But hey, if I can make a little bit more money and have a better future for me and my girl, this was worth the torture, so to speak. But I tried to have fun doing it.
Okay, if you don't pay your bill, we come to your house. We take your stuff back. We take your stuff back. Meet the beast. That's right. We don't mess around, man.
There was one very special time in 2014, and I had a chance to spend time with Chelsea and a few other people that were sharing some birthdays. And well, that was a moment I'll never forget. Tonight, or should I say today, I had a really good day. Went to Abbotsford to spend time with friends and family. We're kind of celebrating a lot of different birthdays. I've been praying a lot for my daughter Chelsea, that God would just ignite her heart for Him. I've been praying for all my kids, that God would just give them a thirst for righteousness. And my daughter Chelsea gave me a little gift bag of some stuff for her birthday, and I thought that was really sweet of her. I mean, I didn't expect anything, and the reason why it touched my heart so much was because of what she gave me. And she gave me a mug that said, what did it say? Trust. Let's see here. Trust. And there's a scripture on it. God is my refuge and my fortress. God is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Psalm 91:2. The reason why it touched my heart so much is because everything she gave me was related to God. And I just started to break down a little bit because I thought, man, this is wonderful. My prayers are being answered, because it was really showing what was in her heart. And that's just amazing. And I'm really, really, really happy, and I need to continue to keep praying for her. That to me was one of the most amazing times I had a chance to spend with Chelsea. And I still have those little items she gave me sitting in my storage locker. And one of these days I'm going to have to go get it, but I don't want anything to happen to them if they break in the truck. I started having doubts now regarding what I was doing in my life, and I was yearning to get back on the road. Hi everyone, it's Ray Gaucher back with you once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel if this is the first time you're visiting, and if you're returning, welcome back. I used to share my experiences on the road as a trucker and what the Lord Yeshua was doing in my life every day. And the way things are going right now in my life, I may be out there sooner than you think. It's hard to explain. For those of you out there that are truckers, those of you that are that spend time out on the road, you'll understand what I'm talking about. When you have an opportunity, when it's just you and the highway and God, there's something very special about it. And I know that when I went on the highway, He was starting to work in my life. And I really believe I came off the highway too prematurely. He wasn't finished with me. When I was on the highway, the Lord was working in my life. There was a love that was building in my heart for Him. But it wasn't quite at the point where it should have been. Or where I would have been ready for somebody else in my life. Does that make sense to you? We can love God, but if we don't love Him more than everything else in our life, anybody else in our life, that's a problem, because God is a jealous God. And if He is trying to get our attention, if He is removing things out of our life because He doesn't have our complete undivided attention, He'll remove those things out of our lives. And sometimes we have to learn the hard way. And I know my own heart, and I love this person dearly. I love this person unconditionally. Maybe I love this person too much, and I didn't love God enough. Listen to the song clearly. Listen to it several times if you have to. And as you read the lyrics, read it as a prayer to God. Ask Him to make you lonely so you'll want to be with him. I'm not going to give you all the lyrics of the song. It's an incredible song. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it blesses you abundantly. And I'll talk to you soon.
Make me broken so I can be healed. 'Cause I'm so callous and now I can't feel. I wanna run to you with heart wide open. Make me broken. Make me empty so I can be filled. 'Cause I'm still holding onto my will, and I'm completed when you are with me. Make me empty till you are my one desire, till you are my one true love, till you are my breath, my everything. Lord, please keep making me. Make me lonely so I can be yours, till I want no one more than you, Lord. 'Cause in the darkness I know you will hold me. Make me lonely till you are my one desire, till you are my one true love, till you are my breath, my everything. Lord, please keep making me. Till you are my one desire, till you are my one true love, till you are my breath, my everything. Lord, please keep making. I know you'll keep making. Lord, please keep making.
On the 15th of this month, I'll be going for an interview, road test, and drug test, and all that fun stuff for a new company I'm applying for. It's pretty well set in stone that I've got the job, but you know, you got to go through all those formalities. And then if everything goes well, I will be on my way the second week of January to orientation in Saskatoon. In the meantime, please pray for me that everything goes smoothly with this, and please pray that the Lord will guide me, and that He will change me into the man I really want to be, and that is a man after God's own heart.
Now, with every transport company, you need to take a urine test so you can check to make sure there's no drugs in your system. And when it was my turn to go, I had drank a ridiculous amount of water, went into the test, and I couldn't go. No matter what, I could not go. Water after water after water, I couldn't go. And the girl, she says, "Are you going to do this?" I'm sorry, I just can't go. And she says, "Well, then we have to make this as a refusal." And I said, I'm not refusing. She goes, "Well, we have to write it down as a refusal." And I said, "Oh, great. Okay, fair enough. Then I guess I'm leaving." And I walked out of the place and I thought, I don't understand this. And not even a half an hour later, I was at a McDonald's somewhere and I couldn't stop. And to me, I figured that was a closed door. The Lord did not want me at that particular job. And it turned out that later on I found out it would have been a disastrous decision, because I'm not going to mention the company. They were a very, very, not the best company to go work for many, many reasons. Well, I continued to look around after that last job situation failed, and I managed to get on with another company. It would be temporary, but at least it got me back out on the road. And we'll learn more about that when we come back. Now we're on to 2015, and this was a very, very interesting year. I would go from working for a company for a very short time and move on to TransX. But during this transition, 2015 was incredibly painful. I was still dating that girl who I was crazy about, and again, it was an on and off relationship where she couldn't make up her mind, and then she wanted me and then she didn't, and I kept feeling that God was telling me to be patient with her, but it wasn't God telling me, it was me telling myself to be patient with her. So as we go on through this year, I'll be sharing more about some things about the music that I put in my videos that you probably didn't know about. So let's check out 2015.
All right. Congratulations on your 10 years on YouTube. One of the best produced videos on YouTube. Keep up the good work with the ministry, Ray. It means a lot to a lot of people. Stay safe, mate.
You say come to the river. Oh, lay yourself down. Let your heart be found. You say come to the river. Drink from the cup I pour. And there's no more.
Hi everyone, it's Ray Gaucher back with you once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're visiting, I'd like to share my experiences on the road as a trucker and what the Lord Yeshua is doing in my life and what he does in my life every single day. As you can obviously tell, I am back driving again. That's right, folks. My very first trip in over a year and a half. Well, close to a year and a half anyway. And my first trip is to Lethbridge. So here I am once again on the road, happy as a clam, excited to be back in a truck again. And you'll notice the Volvo I'm driving, it has a dinette in the back, and I thought, hey, this is great. Now I can work on my videos without having to hang off the end of my bed. But day one did not go very well. I was having some serious problems with this truck. One thing I am noticing that's making me a little bit nervous, and that is the steering on this truck is really sloppy. When I try to pass people, you really got to correct yourself to straighten the wheel back out, and that's not normal. So the steering had a little bit of a problem. It didn't bother me because I was happy to be back on the road and enjoying my music. Let me take you for a ride along the #1 highway heading to Alberta, Lethbridge, Alberta to be exact. I hope you enjoy the ride.
If I sing but don't have love, I waste my breath with every song I bring. A bitter taste with every word I say.
Last year I did have a lot of music in my videos, but this year it was really, really special because each song was saying something. Each song that I put in my videos was showing the pain I was going through, how I was reaching out to God because I was in such pain over this relationship. It got so bad there were times where I had to pull over on the side of the road,
get on my knees in my sleeper and pray and ask God to help me through the day. It was very, very hard. So there's certain songs, or should I say most of the songs that you'll hear in 2015 are songs that are coming right from my heart.
So let my life be the proof of your love. Let my love look like you and what you're made of. If I give to need so.
But I didn't get too far. Now I had serious problems with this truck. And I would have to say my first day isn't going all that well. My first day back anyway. The steering on this truck is really something. And now I got an engine fault, and I have no clue what it is, because on these Volvos you never know what the fault is because it doesn't tell you. So now I gotta make a phone call and find out what am I to do to keep driving with an engine fault, or it would have been really nice if things could have been smooth the first day. I made it as far as Kamloops from Langley. So the next day I ended up going over to the Volvo dealer. I believe they cleared the codes, but the steering still had a problem. That was going to have to be fixed later. So we carried on from there. Now there's one memory in 2015 that stands out completely, and that's when I had a delivery to downtown Calgary. Right downtown in the city center, I was delivering a load of glass. It's 7:08 Calgary time AM. And I was pretty nervous about this because not only were we delivering this in the middle of winter, but I had a trailer load full of glass. I've never been downtown Calgary. There are catwalks everywhere between the buildings. I was really not looking forward to this. How you doing there, buddy? Oh boy, this is going to be fun. You know what? I think I'm going to avoid this. I cannot make that corner. See, these are the reasons why I really want to avoid driving down the city core. Good morning!
Oh, you are for us. You've got glass?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I don't know where I'm going. You gotta help me. Sure. Okay. I can't tell you how excited I was to find that girl. I found it. Yep. Woo! Look at this, guys. I found it. Now, 2015 was a very creative year for me. I was spitting out intros, a different intro every 3 months. And it's because, again, I was adding this music it was therapy to me. When I made these intros, it was therapy to me. And you would see the smile on my face and me joking around in the intros, but deep down inside, I was hurting like you would not believe.
I'm coming back to the start, where you found me. I'm coming back to your heart. Now I surrender, take me. This is all I can bring. I feel alive, I come alive, I am alive on God's big dance floor. Another day, another fight. It always feels like an uphill climb. Another step, another mile, the story of your life. This is only a mountain. You don't have to find your way around it. Tell it to move, it'll move. Tell it to fall, it'll fall. It's only a mountain. And I'll reach for your hand in the night when the shadows swallow the light. 'Cause I'm giving up, giving in. Once again, childlike faith is my only way to see in the dark.
Congratulations on 10 years on YouTube, and I really enjoy your videos. I'm Sean, and I'm from Kelowna.
I just recently acquired a brand new HD camera, a really nice camera, a cinematic camera, and I was experimenting with lots of different things. And there was this sweet older lady that used to sell Okanagan fruit in Golden. I had seen her a couple of times last year, and I seen her every week, and I would grab some fruit, whatever. And this time I decided to go visit her and make a little promo video for her, because it gave me a chance to use the camera. Here's the sweetie herself.
They all recognize me.
Yeah. How long have you been actually doing this?
Oh my, about 18 years.
18 years. Okay, that's good. So yeah, you've got some good value customers that come through all the time.
Oh yeah, from Alberta, all over the world.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So if you guys are heading through Golden and you want to get some really good fruit and meet a really sweet lady, just head over here to Nell's fruit stand. She's got a big sign up that says Fresh Okanagan Fruit, and she's right next to Legends Diner. All right, back to business now. Butterworth Transport was an interesting company. They're out of business now, but I can say that it was a bad mistake to go there. I'm sure there was some reason for me going there. There's always a reason for everything. But I did learn something. Check your equipment thoroughly, because the doors are falling off the trailers, the brake pods were falling off, the trucks were breaking down constantly. I lasted 6 months. I couldn't take it anymore. I remember one time I went over the Balzac scale in the Rocky View area, and I pulled over the scale, and they pulled me in, and they did a little inspection on the truck, and the guy said to me, the scale master said to me, he says, "You can do better than working here." And that's all I'm going to tell you. So he was warning me of the company. I didn't really quite listen. 3 months later, more breakdowns, more breakdowns. Every reset I was spending at a repair facility, and I just had enough. It was time to move on. I wanted to give you an update. I am in New West right now at the terminal yard, and I'm in my new truck. It was, you know what, as funny as it sounds, it was hard leaving, packing the other one up and walking and going. I left on really good terms though with the company, which is good. So it was good. The transition from moving from truck to truck, it's very stressful. It is very stressful. You pack everything up, you show up here, and all of a sudden now you're like, where is everything? You try to find where everything is. Okay, everyone, there's my latest update for you. I'm in my new Peterbilt, and we're ready to roll. But we got to get through the orientation first. God bless all of you. In the name of Yeshua. Bye for now. I think I am going to rest. Ugh. Bye.
My hope is in you, Lord, all the day long. A peace that passes understanding is my song, and I sing. My hope is in you, Lord.
I apologize, everyone, for the lack of videos that have been up. Just having issues finding Wi-Fi connections and preparation for winter, believe it or not. I know we're only in August, but we're at the end of August. We got another month to go. Now that I had my new camera, I was really starting to get creative with my videos. That's more or less how these work. You see what? Put the chains right over top like so. And they fit right over both tires, right over the duals. And there you have it. I've got my 4 singles on the back, and I got my triples in my jockey box. I am ready for the snow. Hopefully it won't show up for a little while now.
Consider the cost of building a tower. It's a narrow way that you must come.
When winter started in November of 2015, it was probably one of the coldest on record for me anyway.
Is to follow the sun.
I was on my way up to Prince George to do a delivery, and all the trees were totally frozen over. But it did warm up once we got closer to our destination.
According to Jesus.
Well, it is cold out here in Quesnel. It is minus, well, it's not bad. It's minus 6.5. A little bit of a wind chill, so it's colder than that, that's for sure. Now I just gotta try to maneuver my way around here. I was talking to the other driver, and apparently it's really tight to get in here. Well, they don't give you much room here, that's for sure. They give you just enough room to get through here.
To wrap up 2015, I'd like to show you a time lapse that I did that I was very excited about. And what I did was I recorded it at a very low frame rate, which gave it a really cool effect when you were going through the mountains. And it's at a high rate of speed. It looks like I'm doing 300 kilometers an hour. But I kept the pitch of the original sound. So you can actually hear the sound of the truck, the cars going by. It's really, really cool. So check it out. A look at 2016 is coming right up. Hey gang, welcome back. Are you enjoying the production so far? I hope you are. Well, 2015 was a year, as I mentioned before, I wanted to forget. Now that it was over, I was finally over that relationship I was in, which was tearing me apart. And now here's 2016, and I'm starting to enjoy my job once again.
Hi Trucker Ray, it's John from the UK. I've been watching your programs all the way from the very start. Keep up the good work. God bless.
Welcome to my world.
I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make it whiter than snow. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. Oh, we're going down to the river, down to the river, down
Now it's the beginning of the year, and I just got news that my son, who had spent several years in Australia, had returned back to Canada, and he was living in the Okanagan. And I just happened to be going through that area, so it gave me a chance to see him again and introduce him to you. All right, so I am in Calgary right now. This is going to be probably a very brief video, unless something crazy happens. One thing I'm looking forward to, though, I'm going to possibly have an opportunity to meet up with my son, Jeremiah, today. After I make my way out of West Bank, I'm hopefully going to meet up with him on the way to Penticton and pick him up and spend an hour with him. And then on the way back, drop back off. I'm looking forward to that. All right, everyone, I want to introduce to you my son, Jeremiah. He's 25 years old. He spent the last, I don't know, how many years did you spend in Australia?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. And now he's been out here for at least 8 months.
No, not 8 months. No,
6 months?
About 6, maybe 7.
It is a bit difficult because I don't even know, like I didn't even know I was even coming, making my way up this way, so. Yeah, it was really nice to spend time with him again.
Yeah,
conveniently, you work over there.
I was actually quite surprised. She checked the phone at me and said you, and I was like, oh, well. That was weird getting a call at you, like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, so I think the last time I seen you was 2 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, we can go on and on in the afternoon. Anyway, here, this is Jeremiah. We're going to wait it out until this other driver is done. Yeah, we do look a lot alike, don't we? And we'll do an unload, but in the meantime, we're gonna yak. So catch up with you in a few. Well, I had a really nice visit with Jeremiah. Yeah, it was kind of nice seeing him again. Only got a chance to spend an hour and a half with him, but you know what? It was worth it. It was nice. Now, January 10th was a very, very big date. Why? Because it was the final day of my e-cigarette. I've been smoking since I was 15 years old, and I started the e-cigarette a couple years before with the intentions of quitting smoking. So I literally weaned myself down from the nicotine levels from 17 milligrams down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, right down to 0.5. And now I was at 0, and it was time to hang it up. And, well, still to this day, non-smoker. All right, people, you can witness this. This is the last. Oops. Ooh. I dropped half of it on the floor. This is the last of it. You guys probably think, oh, he's nuts. He's excited about not dealing with this anymore. I am excited about it. Because I have been a slave to this stuff. Garbage can, here you are. It's such a nuisance to be on this thing, but it has been a blessing. And if someone out there is trying to quit smoking, I really strongly, highly recommend the e-cigarette, the vapor cigarette. And just don't smoke it, and just don't use it to replace the cigarettes. Use it with the incentive in your heart and in your mind that you're going to use this to get off of nicotine altogether. And like I said, I started off with 17 milligrams of nicotine when I first started. And then I just started going lower and lower and lower. 17 or 15 to 10, 10 to 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, right down to 0.5, and I stayed at 0.5 of a milligram of nicotine. I stayed at that for at least 2 months, and that really weaned me down. And then in the last 2 weeks, I've been at 0. So that is a wonderful success story for me. I never ever thought I'd be able to quit smoking. I never did. I never thought I could.
'Cause I'll be by your side wherever you.
Yes, the e-cigarette played a huge role in me quitting smoking, but I give all the glory and credit to God. He got me through it.
Holding you, and my hands are holding you.
The winter of 2016 was definitely a year to remember, especially on the Coquihalla Highway. I think I made it here just in time. I think it'll probably end up getting...
Continue on Highway 5.
Maybe a whole lot worse as the night progresses. Sixth gear. Jake is on number 2. And I'm holding quite nicely. This is a pretty heavy load I got here too. I don't want to have the Jake any higher than that. It'll start spinning on me if I do. I know that my drives will start kicking out on me if I'm in stage number 3. Something's going on in the tunnel again. Wow, you got it blocked off down there. Part of the lane anyway. Did he get stuck in the tunnel maybe? Or he stopped there because maybe they're spinning out on the hill.
Are you with him? Get up into something, so be careful.
Wow, look at all these loads. Here's another one. Wow. Wow, we got a lot of people stopped here. Holy smoke, look at this truck here. He jackknifed right here. Holy smoke. You guys coming down the hill there from the snow shed, you might want to hang out up there because there's a guy jackknifed right across all the lanes there heading down. I'm on the top of the Zopkia's brake check right now, and it's just the weather from Larson Hill to here has been just insane. Yeah, this is pretty well what it's all about, having to deal with this. It's snowing pretty good. They're expecting 30 centimeters up here tonight. See what I mean here? You got one guy over here, on the right, the K-line container, he's stuck. I guess he was starting to slide and realized, hey, you know what? I might want to put my chains on. So these guys are all putting chains on here. Going down.
Day after day, week after week, nothing but carnage on that highway. The Coquihalla Highway was an absolute disaster that winter.
We got a whole bunch of guys on the left-hand side there, the northbound lane. Oh, those guys are chaining up. They got the whole thing blocked.
But it didn't fare as well for some of the other drivers out there. I think 2016 was one of the worst years I've seen for spin-outs and accidents. It was pretty nasty.
Here's chaining up. This guy's totally, look at this guy here. He's spun right out. He's not going anywhere. Not with that load. He's going to have to get towed up the hill, and that's going to get really expensive.
The amount of snow we got that year was crazy.
And because those guys are stuck, these guys spun out. Look at the mess here. Yeah, they got all the traffic blocked. No one's going to get up that hill. You got the police, DOT, the whole highway's closed.
But I will admit that I was quite comfortable driving that highway. I've been driving it for 4 years now. As long as you're in the right gear and you're using this, you'll be okay.
Well, I have to admit, this is the worst I've seen it yet.
Now that I was feeling better, I was feeling genuine, I was drawing closer to God, I really started pumping out some really good sermons on my After God's Own Heart series.
We look at Jesus and say, "Hail King!" That's the reverence. That is the awe. When I think of Yeshua, I think awesome God. When I think of Yahweh, I think of awesome God. When I think of the Holy Spirit, I think awesome God. When I think of the triune God, I think of awesome God.
Whether it's spiritual, whether it's a job, issues with your family, a marriage, whatever it might be, I really hope this video is an encouragement to you to persevere, not to give up. If you're lacking compassion, you're lacking empathy, you're not going to be a person who prays for a lot of people. And especially people that have wronged you, especially for people that you know you should be praying for them, but you don't really want to. You guys have probably noticed the transformation. Something has happened to me in the last 3 weeks. I finally gave my will, my efforts, everything over to Yeshua. I finally. And you know what? I thought I did it before, but I didn't, because I never had peace about it. But I finally let go of every area of my life, every single area, and I've handed it over to Him.
Now, back in 2012, I had met a gentleman at Challenger. I actually, as a matter of fact, walked up and asked for him to pray for me because of that relationship I was going through, and we ended up becoming really, really good friends. Glenn Hebert comes to mind. Is the name? Yeah. He's a character. We've known each other since Challenger, what, 3-4 years now? Yeah. Yeah. So, you like it here? Love it. He's also a liar. Just in case anybody from the office is watching. Oh, I love this place. Yeah, well, there's one thing I have a problem with. How do you get chains to hold on to that? You park and go to bed.
Hi, Ray. I'd like to give you a big shout out on your 10-year anniversary. Boy, oh boy, it seems like it was just yesterday when I met you when you were first starting out at Challenger, and you've come a long ways. A lot of good videos, a lot of good miles, and just want to tell you I'm mighty proud of you. Keep up the good work. And again, happy 10th.
So the remaining summer of 2016 would basically consist of Vancouver to Calgary, Calgary to Vancouver, Vancouver to Edmonton, Edmonton back to Vancouver, BC, Alberta. And there was only so much I can do driving the same lane every single day. The winter was really the highlights, and before you know it, the winter of 2016-17 was approaching. And I decided to do something a little bit different. I would take a little bit of a clip from in the video and I would put it at the beginning to give you a little bit of excitement of what was coming up. And I think it went over really well.
All right, just to get out of hope here, look at this. Trucks and vehicle combinations must have chains beyond this point. Nice. Looks like today's the day, folks. I'm chaining up. Holy wow! There is a truck and trailer upside down. Wait until you see this.
So the end of 2016 was quickly approaching, and it was a very good year. As for the next year, 2017, well, it would end up being a very tragic year. There would be an event that would happen that would change me for the rest of my life. We'll be right back. Hi there everyone, and welcome back. We now look at 2017, and there will be a lot of changes this year. I would move from one company to another because of problems I was having with the previous company, just doing a lot of sitting around, a lot of confusion, and also there would be some positive changes like new graphics, new intros, but halfway through the year something tragic would happen which would change me forever, as I mentioned before. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So now, let's have a look at 2017.
Hooray! Congratulations on 10 years on YouTube from the Shit's Gonna Happen podcast.
Now, 2017 was definitely a year to remember. And one thing that stands out, I remember being in Hope and I had to get a tire changed when I was at the Cal Tire. But when I left the Cal Tire, I had to go in behind the building and they didn't clear the snow very good. And my truck got stuck. And you wouldn't believe what pulled me out.
Well, guys, I just finished with Cal Tire and I just got stuck at this spot over here. Look at the snowbank here, trying to make that corner, and I was stuck. And a nice citizen came by to give me a hand, and would you believe it, he pulled me out with his Chevy pickup truck. What's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan, thank you so much.
No problem.
Would you have believed that that thing could pull this truck out?
Oh yeah. Sometimes around here, it's good. Like if it pulls, once you get the pavement, it bites down and she goes.
No, I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked. I thought for sure I was gonna have to get a tow truck.
Yeah, no, we get her done.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Yeah, he pulled me right out of there. Can you believe that? That's almost a fully loaded trailer too.
Hard to believe that a Chevy 4x4 pulled that truck and trailer out of a snowbank. Pretty darn amazing. Well, later on in that month, I would decide to make a change. I was not happy with the company I was with, TransX. Just a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, and it was time to make a change. So I applied over at H&R Transport, which would introduce me to driving in the United States of America.
Good morning. Yes, it is just after 6:30 and I'm raring to go. Hopefully my dispatcher will get me rolling today and I won't have to sit around too much. All ready to go, finally. I'm getting my second run in. All right, I made it to the Calgary yard. Trailer's been dropped and I had one other guy waiting here for it, so that all worked out well. Found out, you guys will find this very interesting. I was supposed to be doing regular trips back and forth, BC, Alberta for the next week, just trying to get used to how things work, but my dispatcher says, I want to get you down south as soon as possible. There you go, folks. We are heading to California.
Yeah, did you notice that? The I-18? Yeah, this is how new I was to the US. That should have said the I-50.
All right, I made it to my stop for the night anyway. I'm gonna be stopping here in Du Bois because I got 22 minutes left to drive and that's it. With me I have Mac Weigener, is it? Weigener? And you've been here how long?
So while I was stopped in Du Bois, Idaho, I decided to explore the little town. And I ran into a gentleman, a distinguished gentleman who was actually the mayor of Du Bois for 24 years. I thought that was pretty cool.
I noticed a lot of the buildings are boarded up.
Everything is, yeah, I own this station. I got a bulk plant business.
Really?
Bulk sell fuel.
So you said, you were telling me earlier, you were the mayor at one time?
I was the mayor for 24 years.
Oh, is that ever amazing? Wow.
I finally had to quit to get rid of it.
Now, because I've never driven in the US before, I guess I was a bit naive, thinking Nevada, which was one of the states I went through, is always got nice weather all the time. Well, that isn't the case.
I cannot believe the weather I'm running into. This is Nevada here. This is crazy. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm still in Fernley, Nevada, waiting for the I-80 to open up.
I know there's a lot of drivers that don't like driving in California, but it'll always be a special place for me because it was the very first place I ever delivered to in the US.
The radio, I need the music.
success. First delivery delivered. I'm a happy camper. Very, very, very happy. So I'm gonna put the seal on and then make my way to the Flying J and get some fuel. Well, it's 1:34 and I had a chance to walk over to the mall. If I look really tired, it's because that's how hot it is here. It's really hot. This truck stop here, it's got everything, you name it. My friends, I have made it back to the Delta Yard. My first inaugural trip to the USA complete. In May of 2017, I was making my way back up to the Canada border when I hit an elk. And let me tell you something, you might as well just put a cow in the middle of the road and hit it at full speed, because if it wasn't for the moose bumper that I had, I would have been totally out of service, possibly even injured. Yeah, I'm up a bit early today. As I was making my way, where am I? I'm just outside of Cranbrook. I am east of Cranbrook in British Columbia. Didn't have the camera rolling very much last night after it got dark. Should have though. Yeah, very interesting situation last night. I hit an elk. And all of a sudden, right out of nowhere, here's this elk running across the street through my headlights. I didn't even have time to even take my foot off the accelerator.
Yeah, as you guys can see, it bent the bumper right in. Look at that, eh? I guess this is where the worst of it hit, right here.
So in the month of May, I decided to upgrade my camera arsenal. Yep, I decided to buy a drone, and I started having a lot of fun with that. I think one of the wisest investments I ever made was buying a drone. It really changes the perspective of the videos, doesn't it? The month of July of 2017 was a terrible month. I was making my way I think from California back into Canada. I had just crossed into Canada and I caught news that my daughter Chelsea had gone missing. She had went up to Mission with some gentlemen to do some kind of work, and she hadn't been seen or heard of since. It was tragic, and I had found out later that Chelsea had been murdered. Hi everyone. It's Trucker Ray with an update. I just wanted to let everyone know that I appreciate all your prayers and all your thoughts. And I know this is going to be really hard for some people, but I need to let you know that they did find her. And she's now with the Lord. It was not an accidental thing, I'm just going to tell you that.
somebody did this to her, and the police are working on it right now.
I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Chelsea.
A heartbroken father sharing the last memories of his daughter with the world.
Chelsea was an amazing girl. She loved so many people. She was fun. She loved to laugh. She had a very big heart.
22-year-old Chelsea Gaucher last seen at a McDonald's in Abbotsford on July 27th. 3 days later, the mother of two reported missing. On August 16th, the investigation into Gaucher's disappearance led police to search an area in Mission near Sylvester and Dale Roads, where her body was discovered. Gaucher's murder believed to be targeted.
Investigators would like to speak with anyone who knew Miss Gauthier or saw her around the time of her disappearance.
What's up, Mama?
How do you explain to a 2-year-old that her mother is never coming home? Ray Gaucher's daughter Chelsea was murdered. Their last words to each other via text message.
And she said, I love you, and I said, I love you too. And that was it.
22-year-old Chelsea, mom to 2 little girls, was last seen alive July 27th at this McDonald's in Abbotsford, where she connected with at least 2 unidentified men. Her body found weeks later in Mission on August 16th.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock at night. Can I wait till tomorrow? And they're like, no. And that is very gut-wrenching. It almost makes you want to throw up.
iHit says Gaucher was targeted. The killer still out there. No one has been arrested. Homicide investigators are not releasing any details regarding a motive, but Gaucher's father's gut tells him it was drug-related.
If she was not doing that, if she was not with those people involved with this, she'd be standing with us right now.
I can't say that everything's okay, 'cause when you're down and out of time and you think you've lost the fight, let me be the angel by your side. I'll be the angel by your side. I will get you through the night. I'll be the strength you can't provide on your own. 'Cause when you're down and out of time and you think you've lost the fight, oh, let me be the angel by your side. Oh, let me be the angel by your side. Oh, the angel by your side.
It's very hard for me to watch that. Anytime I watch that, it's hard. Well, I tried to bounce back, and I did take some time off of work, and we were back at it again in early October. And I had an opportunity to spend some time with my sister and my niece, Maya. And I really like Maya because she reminds me a lot of Chelsea. She looks a lot like Chelsea did when Chelsea was a little girl. And it was actually really, really good therapy for me to spend time with them. Well, good morning, everyone. It is Sunday morning here. It's just after 10:30, and I am waiting for my sister and my great niece to show up. Me and my sister and I, we decided to come up with a really fun idea to surprise my great niece, my niece, and show her the truck and take her for a ride. She has no idea we're planning this. She is 6 years old. She is the sweetest, cutest little thing, and I don't know what she thinks we're going to be doing, but it's going to be a bit of a secret, so I'm waiting for them to show up.
So, have you ever been in a big truck like this before? No. Do you know, have you ever seen these big trucks? Yeah. Do you know what this does here? Pull it.
What does that do?
That's pretty loud, huh? That's another horn. Hit that one. See, that's like a car horn. That just says, this says, excuse me, can you get out of the way? This one says, get out of the way. This is,
a bedroom.
yeah. See, look. I got a microwave oven here. There's a fridge here. And this is like a bed area, and that folds down, so that actually is another bed up there once I have visitors. Here's the little microphone, right? So when I'm driving, I don't distract myself, right? And this is my GPS. This is how it kind of shows me when I'm getting lost.
Why is it that?
Because I got angry with it.
Oh, okay.
Because it always sends me down the wrong road.
So you fixed it.
I fixed it. You want to go for a ride?
Yeah.
Okay.
We pray for blessings, we pray for peace, comfort for family, protection while we sleep. We pray for healing, for prosperity. We pray for your mighty hand to ease our suffering. And all the while, you hear each spoken need. Yet love is way too much to give us lesser things. 'Cause what if your blessings come through raindrops? What if your healing comes through tears? What if 1,000 sleepless nights are what it takes to know you're near? What if trials of this life are your mercies in disguise?
It was a lot of fun hanging out with Maya and Christine. Again, it was really good therapy for me. I had a really, really good time. Well, I would continue my videos to the end of the year, but nothing really stood out. I guess I was kind of laying low, still mourning the loss of my daughter. When we come back, we'll be looking at 2018. Stay with us.